Marcy, appreciate that. Lots of us have a bucket list, but did you know buckets should be filled with cash and filled with retirement planning? You need 3 of them. Ben Fuchs, certified financial planner and the owner of Fuchs Financial, is here to explain what I mean. No, you brought a bucket. Thank you so much. We actually brought a bucket. Wait a minute. There's nothing.
You said you were going to fill that with cash for me.
There's nothing in this, okay. Ben. I love it. All right, so we're talking about 3 different buckets today.
Different buckets.
First of all, thank you so much for coming in. We so appreciate that.
Honored.
The blazer is absolutely amazing.
Just for you, I wore this.
It's green, as in the color of money, which I love. All right, so the first bucket we're talking about is called the income bucket. Talk to us about that.
Income bucket. So the most important thing when you're retiring or preparing to retire is how do I generate the most income for myself, or enough income that I need to be comfortable in retirement. So how do we create that paycheck? In our world, we look to generate about 8% consistently in that income bucket after our fee. Thank you very much. So that our clients can use that to calculate how much they're going to need to put into that bucket to generate the cash that they need in retirement.
All right, so that's the money that's going in now.
Yes.
As opposed, and then when we retire, we're going to get a steady paycheck.
Get a save. So what I think a lot of people like to say is they want to say, how can I replace my paycheck when I'm retired?
Exactly, because you're not going to have a steady stream of income coming in, but you have to have it coming from somewhere, and this is where you come in.
And you don't want to just sell off stocks here and there just to fill that bucket. It's important. Also for us, you know, when we talk about the 3 different buckets, it's because a lot of people have the majority of their money in like one thing, right? A lot of people have their money in a 401k and just a target retirement date fund.
Right.
Which is one thing that tries to consolidate all the different buckets together. And for us, if we can separate them out into their component parts, we can do better in each one.
Okay, next bucket is the safety bucket, your backup plan.
Backup plan, gotta have a safety net. So we know that, you know, it's great when the market goes up like it has been the last 2 years, but if we think about 2022, market fell by about 19%. 2020 during COVID, S&P fell by 33%.
It was really, I remember it being at 18,000.
Yeah,
and now it's at 43.
Right, and so we need to have a safety net, so when the market crashes, we know exactly where to get that money from.
Okay.
We don't need to have anxiety, and we don't want a market crash to change the way that we're living in retirement.
Right, because that can significantly, especially if you're going into retirement in the next 5 years and there's a downturn, there's no time to make that money up.
Right, it took 5 years to recover from 2008, when during the Great Recession, it took 5 years just to get back to even. So we want to make sure that we have a place to pull money from that isn't from, you know, a place that's taken a 30% hit.
Can you use anything in the safety net?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, there are different opportunities at different times. Sometimes everything is fine and we want to go on a vacation. Listen, if the market's doing great, right, the 3rd bucket, I'll jump ahead and say that's the growth bucket, right?
Yes, it's the growth bucket.
Good. I'm glad I remember these things.
You're doing very well.
Thank you. So, you know, listen, we know we're going to need more income down the road, right? We know that whatever we need today, we're going to need more money 3, 4, 5 years down the road. That growth bucket is there for that reason, right? We don't need it in the short term. We don't want to rely on it in the short term, but it's there to give us more income down the road. But also, if the market's doing great and we want to take our family on a vacation, we can pull from the growth bucket. And if the market crashes and we want to take our family on a vacation, we can pull from the safety bucket. We have
so you can pull from the safety bucket.
Yes, we have different, as long as we're taking care of our baseline, as long as we're taking care of our daily living and are comfortable, and we don't want to have anxiety, that's the whole point. And what is really important for us is to be able to get the most out of each individual bucket, right? How do we maximize the growth? How do we maximize the income? And how do we maximize the money that's safe?
Excellent. His name is Ben. For more information, you can go to Fuchs Financial, complimentary consultation, 860-461-1709. Ben, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Scott.
Good to see you.
You too.
All right, Nicole, take it away.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Hey, if you're looking for some great options for kids in your life this holiday,